Please put your hands together for Roblox co-founder and CEO, David Baszucki.
Okay, hey, welcome everyone. Third annual Investor Day. We've come so far. Both want to welcome all of you that this will be your third year. Also want to welcome all the new investors. Everyone out there in the Roblox community who's watching, welcome. Roblox employees, Roblox fans, all of you. We're really proud to be here today. We're going to focus on three really big things today. First, we're going to talk about growth. We're going to talk about how growth in DAUs and hours leads to bookings growth. And historically, our growth has been viral and driven by innovation. And you're going to get some snapshots of innovation. You're going to get some snapshots of AI innovation from Dan. You're going to get some snapshots on monetization innovation from Christina. We're also going to talk about just raw operational excellence. How do we do so much with 2,500 people? Manuel's going to share a little bit of an overview of what we've done in the last year. And then we're going to talk about leverage and really operational leverage. You're going to get a glimpse of how efficiently we run our infrastructure. You're going to get a glimpse of how efficiently we run our engineering team. And then Mike gets to come on and kind of share the results of that, which is super, super exciting. But let's back up to innovation and growth and just, review Roblox 101. What is driving our growth? And what is really driving our growth is the future of communication. Humans since the dawn of time have been figuring out when we can't be together, how can we communicate from a distance and how can we be together from a distance? It started with drums and smoke signals. We saw the telegraph system. We've now seen SMS as a new way to communicate. Of course, the phone system as well, very innovative. And then for us, really the last 3 to 4 years, we became very familiar with video communication. But this isn't where it ends. It's ultimately going to 3D simulation. It's ultimately going to not just being together at a distance, but doing things at a distance. And this is really what has been behind Roblox's growth. In the midst of COVID, when people couldn't be together, we saw them using Roblox as a utility to be together. And ultimately, the resolution, the fidelity, the devices, whether it's whatever device we're using, more and more goes to high-resolution photorealism. And what we will all use someday is 3D simulation to communicate. So that's really what's really driving our growth. And it's so fun, actually, to run a company with that big tailwind behind it, a giant movement for the future. We've coupled that with an architecture driven by UGC and a community. And we have a absolutely great community, which has driven our growth. From day one, that viral growth has really been driven by amazing content that's powered places for our users to come together. And we are arguably the largest creative community, if not one of them, in the world. And that creative community has grown up with us. That creative community used to be hobbyists in the early days, doing it for fun. But that creative community over the last 8 to 10 years has become a business, has become then a larger business, and now has become a business with large studios, some with more than 200 people making a lot of money, and some of those studios being valued at north of $100 million. In my RDC predictions, I shared a 5-year prediction that one of our Roblox studios someday in the next 5 years will be worth $1 billion. Of course, that's a prediction. That was my fun RDC thing, but we really do see amazing growth in our studios. And you can see in the last 12 months, they've earned over $700 million, and they've grown 6 times in the last 4 years. But our community continues to grow. What was originally users and creators has expanded. At RDC this year, influencers is actually an amazing, huge new community on Roblox. If you have probably 14 through 18-year-olds in your household and you ask what you want to be when you grow up, an amazing number of them now say, I want to be an influencer. For some reason, it's the most exciting job. They actually power Roblox's growth. They create an amazing amount of awesome video content that powers us. Brands, even from the very early days of Roblox, we saw brands who had a bit of a vision. How do I connect with fans or people who want to experience our brand? Originally, that was paper advertising, billboard advertising. We saw video advertising. There's something very unique about the brand connection on Roblox where you immerse in that experience and create 3D memories with friends. And arguably, you're going to hear more today about how we believe that immersion together, whether it's shopping, skateboarding, trying on clothing, is so powerful for us. And then more and more, we're seeing educators starting to use Roblox as a way to help learn when people can't be together. First Robotics, for example, a huge partner simulating what people used to do with physical robot construction as part of a school curriculum on our platform. And then welcome all of you, our investors. So, okay, quick, fun history lesson showing the really relentless focus of our vision, which is the original Roblox business plan slide from 17 years ago. And what you'll see here is we borrowed 4 big elements. Creation, which used to be only in the toy business, now on Roblox. UGC, which at the time was early in the video business, now on Roblox. 3D simulation, which arguably online games, World of Warcraft were some of the innovators there. And finally, a social graph to power that. We really, like great artists, borrowed all 4 of those with our vision of building a utility 3D in the cloud platform for playing, working, and all of that. And we've come a long way since then. What used to be a very blocky platform that arguably, how would anyone ever use this for gaming? Over the last 16 or 17 years, we have worked constantly on creating very high quality simulation in the cloud in our own infrastructure that works on any device. Our vision has always been the same, which is really we are reimagining how people come together. We're reimagining really the way, not just that we communicate, but the way we will play together, the way we will go to concerts together. At Roblox, we're reimagining the way we work together with Roblox Office, where I do all of my Monday one-on-ones, and you'll hear more of that in Roblox. We're reimagining how people learn together, which are all part of the way people communicate at a distance. Let's touch on 3 things that are supporting this growth. I want to just take a step back and share our notion that this is bigger than building a gaming platform. This is building a 3D social utility communication platform. All of the elements that support that overlap with elements that support gaming, which is where we arguably got our start. First, let's just talk about avatars and why they're so important. And second, we're going to be talking about your social graph. And then we're also going to be talking about just how important it is to communicate in 3D. So let's take a look at avatars, and I'll give you a bit of our history. That first Roblox avatar was arguably very toy-like. It's come to be known as that Roblox Classic avatar. But very early on, we had the notion that we're going to do something very, very difficult, which is really reinvent ourselves and go beyond that. That classic avatar is arguably a favorite, but we knew that ultimately a platform like Roblox has to have any avatar you can imagine, all the way from a toy avatar to a photorealistic avatar, and ultimately has to have an avatar that everyone really connects with and feels like it's your avatar. We're not all the way there, but we're well on our way. And so what we did in the initial foundation of Roblox, we went from blocky to our Arthro avatar. We've added more ways for your avatar to connect, tracking the camera, voice, all of that. But wait, there's more. If you look at Roblox right now, you'll see that all of the experiences have been made by the community. And there's one last step that isn't really driven by the community, and that is our avatar system. And so we're in the midst now of all avatars are also created by the community. And then beyond that, we're in the midst of a future where you don't just go and buy your avatar or grab one for free. If you have a favorite experience, and that can either be a really high-end AAA experience, it could be a fun, cartoony experience, you will go there to build your avatar. And this is very much a Roblox philosophy of taking things that are centralized and embedding them and giving creators the power. So we are expecting an exponential explosion in the quality of avatars over time, and ultimately where this will go as the technology catches up, as we have more and more local compute power, you will see a blending of avatars becoming photorealistic. So that's really the vision. And your avatar, if you want, will look like you based on AI tech. Next thing we just want to talk about is the natural motion of your avatar. We're just getting started on really the way to control your avatar, whether it's on a phone or a VR headset, for your avatar to more and more do natural things in the world. Ultimately, for your avatar to pick things up, for your avatar to high-five someone, for your avatar to swim better, to do this on all platforms. So that's on the way as well. Second key pillar is really social connection and bringing that social graph to life, both within Roblox as well as in the real world. And Roblox is very unique in that I may have a Roblox avatar phone call, and we're going to show that in a few minutes, with someone I know very well at Roblox. But also Roblox is a place where a lot of real-life friends are made, and both of those come together. Some of our game studios are powered by creators on Roblox who have never met in real life. And so Roblox creates this junction of real-life communication with a place where people are able to connect and make new friends. And you can see by the number of friendships we drive every day that this is getting more and more powerful. One of the things we really work on, and we'll just give you a little video, is all of the ways to bring those friendships together. One of the things we're more and more going to be delivering is the ability to share moments inside Roblox, whether it's a screen capture, ultimately whether it's a video of something really exciting. That may be, I'm at the bottom of the roller coaster ride and I got a video of myself, and use that to invite friends to our platform. So we think actual friend invitation, there's a lot of work we're doing there. We've also added real life names. We've added all of the standard ways of connecting with friends to drive those types of social connection. And then the third thing, of course, that we have to do is more and more support real life communication. Roblox got really, really big without voice, without facial animation. We got really big with pure text communication in game. We're more and more, though, following the future of that. One example is Roblox Connect. This went live yesterday. And for the first time ever in Roblox history, I've been able to make a Roblox phone call and avatar communication with members of my family, which is absolutely amazing. It's amazing because we're experimenting with new modalities of how we track camera. We have facial animation on, voice animation on, and it's also amazing because Roblox Connect is something anyone can build on our platform. It's completely open sourced. We built it as an example for others to almost be a showcase of our technology. So we're gonna see more and more apps on our platform that either use a kind of organic join together or a phone call join together. So you can grab this on Roblox right now, Roblox Connect. We shared it at RDC. Make a phone call, connect up with someone, start chatting, pick your avatar, and all works just absolutely wonderfully. Okay, so that's a little high level. So let's take a step back to the S1 that Roblox published before we went public. And we really for a long time have been talking about this four-dimensional growth vector system that we have. What's quite exciting is without really making any predictions of our future growth, one can imagine the amount of headroom in each of these vectors and then multiply them together if you can think in four dimensions, and that starts to create a really interesting number. International growth, which we're well on our way, even when we went public. Really everyone on the platform. We used to call this aging up. We don't call it aging up anymore because we feel we're already in the middle of it, so it's a little bit of a bigger term. The third is Roblox everywhere. This includes devices. Where would I be able to access Roblox? It also includes more and more a platform that people use every day, and these two things really magnify the users on our platform. And then, of course, our economy, which is super vibrant, and we're going to touch on it. Each one of these multiplies with the others to create really the headroom that we're excited about in our growth. And we're going to start with international. Really, by far, most people in Roblox are no longer in the US and Canada. We've seen very consistent growth in the bookings from that international growth. And I want to highlight 4 countries that show a common theme here. We're going to start with Japan, which is really exciting. Number 3, interactive media place in the world. And what you'll see in each of these slides, starting with Japan, is as people have begun to trust Roblox, as Roblox has matured in each of these companies, you're starting to see bookings catch up with user and hour growth and push forward. And I think it's a real testament to all 4 of these countries. The other thing you'll see here, and let's take a look at what's happened in Japan specifically, is that when we look at a country like Japan and we say, okay, how are we really going to get Japan to the same place the US is? We do it in a system way, and we do it in a platform way. We look at search and discovery. We look at the quality of our natural language translation. We look at the performance of our infra. And when we do these things in Japan, they happen to work in all other countries at the same time. So there's a lot of leverage in what's happened in Japan with semantic search and the quality of our translation. It's really lifted boats around the world. Germany, really exciting as an example of a really core market where we've seen bookings growth start to catch up with user and DAU growth. Brazil, arguably a country when we started that was right on the edge of being profitable for us from a cash basis, more and more that bookings growth as we've added ways of payment. And then from a user standpoint, India, very exciting because it's highlighting the quality of our infra and our tech. It's highlighting all of the hardcore engineering we've done on our client, on our infra. So there's no custom client in India. There's no custom anything. It's the raw performance of our super lean client starting to show amazing growth there. Okay, next growth vector we've always talked about is platform for everyone. Let's just take a look. We're really in the middle of this. So there's almost 30 million people on our platform over 17, and the growth rate of that is pretty substantial. The exciting thing about platform for everyone is those of you that have been with us for 2 years know that the cohort from 9 to 13, for example, or 13 through 16 is much smaller than the cohort from 17 to 60. Do the math. So there's a lot of opportunity out there north of 17 on our platform, and we're starting to see a lot of the work we've done in expanding this age group really come to fruition. You're going to hear more today from Christina around Gen Z and really the growth we're seeing in that 13 through 24 segment, which is arguably a very, very valuable and difficult segment to reach for brands who want to interact with that. What's really exciting on our platform is the amazing growth of this segment, especially in 17 through 24, and also the engagement in that the daily active users on Roblox spend about 2.5 hours on our platform, which really bodes well for the future of brand interaction. Next up, of course, is Roblox Everywhere, and you'll see, and you've already seen us talk about more and more Roblox as a daily use platform. But I also want to talk a little about just the philosophy of 3D immersive in the cloud multiplayer avatar communication. And the vision we've had from the start is that this should work everywhere. Different camera controls, different user controls, but ultimately we validated that the same creations on Roblox can work on a phone, and they can work on a VR headset, and they can work on a gaming console. So we just added 2 platforms. There's arguably in the future, if we stretch our brains here, at least 2 more other platforms. There's arguably in the future augmented reality platforms, and there's arguably in the future living room TV type platforms. So we're not done here, but we do feel this should be everywhere. The 2 examples we just most recently did was Quest, where we saw on Quest 2 million downloads to date, and then on PlayStation we saw 15 million installs to date, which as you can imagine, the wonderful thing here was these were really hot start platforms. So much good content already running on other platforms where from day one, these platforms just did enormously well and took off. And then finally, the 4th dimension, if you can think of that, I can't think of it, I can think of 3, not 4, but the 4th dimension is our economy. I just want to give you a little history of the economy and where we've gone and where we started. So we started up until now with some of the fundamentals of Roblox. For those of you that look in the history books of Roblox, you'll see we initially started with a club membership, if you can believe that. Now, most people don't. We then made the innovation that we wanted our creators to be able to support themselves on the platform, and we also created our virtual currency system, which coupled with all of the amazing creators, coupled with the ability for developers to earn a living on the platform, created enormous acceleration and created the fundamentals of our economy today. What's really exciting is how far we've come really without advertising. And what a big company we've built without tapping into that engagement of those older Gen Z people on our platform. So today, what's exciting, and you know a lot of the things we're doing today, both accelerating our virtual economy, moving everything to UGC, allowing our UGC creators to make limited items, to make very expensive items. Also, we've announced very shortly we're going to do something that's very Robloxian, and that is take something that's traditionally a platform feature like subscriptions and allow every creator on the platform to offer a subscription. I remember back when we allowed creators to use virtual currency in their experiences and just the explosion of creativity that we saw there. I personally am very optimistic about the creativity of our developers in offering all kinds of subscriptions within their experiences. And those are subscriptions that will be backed by credit cards, by the App Store, by the Google Play Store. So they'll be available cross-platform, which is really cool. And then finally, you've seen in the last couple of quarters, we started to introduce what we feel are very innovative advertising products. Native, immersive, non-blocking, kind of fun, actually, somewhat like the real world, maybe even better than the real world. If we're walking around and we want to go shop at a brand, we can go there with our friends. So you're going to see a lot more of that today. And I'm really excited about really the quality of the experience that we're going to see from this, coupled with tests this year, and then most likely in 2025, moving that all the way to physical shopping as well. And that creates this wonderful closed loop of walking with a friend, going to a brand store, buying virtual items, watching video, trying things on, and arguably buying right there at the same time. So this, really excited about that. Our payer community, of course, is growing as well. But what's really exciting is complementing this very robust economy with all of those people not in the payer community, and having a more even complex, immersive economy to support all of that. Okay, finally, that's a lot of the growth stuff. That's a little bit of ROBLOX 101. What's the vision? What's driving our growth? What's driving it organically? How are we multiplying that on the economy side? But I think the next thing just you're going to pick up today as well is operational excellence and leverage. And I'm going to highlight on two of them. One is operational excellence on our product engineering. Many people I talk to, how do you do that with 2,500 people in the company? Like, that's amazing. That's a really complicated product to do that. We really do run a fairly visionary way of doing product and engineering at the company. You'll hear from Dan and Manuel in a bit. One thing to think about is, as much as possible, we try to give leaders in the company autonomy. And in the perfect world, one can imagine ROBLOX as a tightly coupled collection of 8 companies, plus, of course, our core finance and other groups that drive this. And each one of these is actually quite significant. Our people and systems team and company is not just a traditional people and systems. It's really a platform to drive innovation. It's how do we automate? How do we optimize recruiting? How do we optimize the life of an employee at ROBLOX? How do we make it amazing? So we actually think the primary product at ROBLOX is our people and systems company. That supports 7 prod engineering groups. And the scope of these engineering groups and prod groups is quite amazing. Our infra prod engineering group is arguably building a ROBLOX cloud, both internally and for developers. Our economy group is building this very rich, vibrant economy, virtual currency, advertising. So each one of these groups arguably is a small company led by amazing leaders. One other operational excellence point I want to just highlight is you've seen for the last 2 to 3 years a pretty big CapEx bill for infrastructure. We needed redundancy. We needed to have 2 data centers. We needed to build out this edge. You're going to see in about an hour or two how this has really paid off. And one thing to highlight is our bills to cloud companies are very small relative to other companies, and this would have been impossible without doing this. So we save an enormous amount of money on the infra that we've built. And our infra is really significant now. It is many, many edge data centers. It's a lot of bandwidth. It's stuff we control. And one fun hint for the future, it's a way to run AI inference extremely cost effectively. And it's a way to imagine really enmeshing AI into our platform in a way that's foundational and central to it without writing big checks to other companies. So in closing, focus today, you're going to see more innovations around growth. You're going to hear more around operational excellence. And what comes out of both of those two things is operating leverage. And with that, I'm going to introduce Manuel, our Chief Product Officer. All right.
Please put your hands together for Chief Product Officer Manuel Bronstein.
All right. Thank you, Dave. Good morning, everyone. I'm delighted to be here today to share about our approach to product development and all the features and projects that we released this year that have contributed to the strong momentum that we have had. When we build our roadmap, when we build our products, we use this framework to guide the work we do. We think about projects that actually drive our vision, the long-term view, our secret sauce, what sets us apart. We also look at projects and features that are going to drive our business. Think about growing our audience, growing bookings, improving margins. And of course, we also think about projects and products that are going to drive excellence. We think about quality. We think about performance. We think about compliance. And all of these things are to delight our stakeholders. And as you see in the center of the triangle, we have our users, we have our creators, and we have our brands. We want to delight them with every product we make, and we want to become part of their daily fabric. We grow our business by shipping features that improve user metrics. Here's where we think about sign-ups, retention, engagement, daily use of the product. We also grow our business by shaping features that directly impact bookings. Think about the things that we do to drive payer conversion, spend per user, spend frequency. Growing each of these pieces individually would grow the business. The amazing thing is that we can have a compounding effect by growing both our audience metrics and our business metrics at the same time, and that has led to the momentum that you have seen this year. So let me talk about that momentum. We had a strong Q3, and a lot of that was the result of all the projects that we ship. So I want to take you down a list of many of the things that we shipped this year. It's not comprehensive, but it's a good list for you to connect the dots between all of that engineering and product work and the results that we have had. Let's start with platform expansions. We have always strived to meet users where they are. We have had a strong presence on mobile, on tablet, and on desktop. And in Q3 of this year, we launched the PlayStation, the Meta Quest, and we improved our experience and revamped our experience on the Xbox console. Now, shipping in each of these products will bring you a new audience and help you grow your platform. But the one interesting point is that actually shipping each of these platforms made the entire ecosystem better. And think about it for a couple of reasons. On one end, you get network effects. If you have a friend that had a PlayStation, and in the past you couldn't play with them if you had an Xbox console or a mobile device, now you can all play together. That's what we call user liquidity. You can do more matchmaking. You can find people that you want to play with. Now, if you're a creator and you see us shipping another platform, immediately we're increasing your TAM. So as a platform, we become way more attractive for you to create because now you have more users that you can cater to. And last but not least, each of these platforms may highlight different type of content. There are experiences that may be better played on a console. Maybe a racing game is actually more interesting to play on a console. There might be other experiences that are better to play on a mobile phone. So as a creator now, you can think, hey, I can have all these canvases for me to create and produce something that is going to delight the users. The other interesting thing about our approach to creating for all of these platforms is we have taken an approach that we call universality, or building a universal app, but we actually make that app feel native in every device because of the controllers, the size of the screen, and so forth. Now, the cool thing here from an efficiency standpoint is that we can build once and deploy everywhere. And this is a capability that we also give to our developers. So when we launched the PlayStation, developers didn't have to think about, oh, what do I need to do to actually be available on the PlayStation? Their experiences were available right away. We're building our product in the same way so that we can make it very easy for our teams to deploy on these platforms and on any future platform we want to build. Second, I want to talk a little bit about our investments in the economy. We have a very vibrant economy, and it's a result of a lot of investments that we have made throughout the years. This one is very exciting for me because it reflects how we take the long view. In 2021, we made a decision. We designed our economy based and grounded on economic principles. And we think about those economic principles in a way that drive the market dynamics that we want to drive in the future. So in 2021, we made a decision. We said, hey, we have a revenue share with experiences that are willing to distribute catalog items. We have the marketplace, we have items that are created by our UGC community. We gave developers the ability to become distributors or resellers of that content. That was a decision that we made in 2021, and we improved the revenue share for developers to incentivize them to become distributors of that content. Fast forward to 2023, and a class of experiences started to making a really good use of this economic principle, and they created a new category that we're defining as social shopping experiences. These are places where you can go with your avatar, you can check out outfits, your friends are around you, they're checking you out, they're checking the things that you're picking up, and then you end up making a transaction. Catalog Avatar Creator capitalized on this economic design, and is now one of our top grossing experiences on the platform. And they're creating this category that we're calling social shopping that will be very powerful for brands as they continue to come to Roblox. Second part, of course, you heard from Dave, is this desire to create and expand our UGC catalog, our user-generated content catalog. In this year, we introduced a couple of things. We introduced limited items in Q2. Limited items are kind of like in the real world collectibles. Think about it in the economy. It's something that is scarce and tends to appreciate. What we have seen with limited items since launching them is that they command a higher price point than other items in the marketplace. And more interestingly, the majority of them resell for a value higher than the initial price. So it's creating that dynamism in the economy that we want. We also launched this year and gave creators the ability this year to create UGC, user-generated bodies and heads, completing this notion that now creators can produce avatars for Roblox. This is super important for us, and it's part of us building a platform for everyone, because as you do that, the diversity and range of avatars on the platform just increases exponentially, giving everybody, every user, an opportunity to find an avatar that they relate with, that represents them, that is part of their identity. And that's what we want to build, and it's contributing to our growth. Now, you're going to hear a lot about ads from Christina Wooden later. I just wanted to give you share a little bit of the products that we have built in this space to support and establish this market. When you think about the ads business, we have both advertisers and we have publishers. So we're building products for both of them. On the advertiser side, this year in Q2, we release our Ads Manager, which is a self-serve tool that allows anybody to create a campaign, an advertising campaign on Roblox, without human intervention. They can track their campaign, they can decide how they're going to run it, and then place it, and we will take care of distributing that content across different experiences. Then we have also provided tools for the publishers. The publishers are the experiences that host these ads. And what we did for them, for example, in a studio, we gave them a drag and drop tool that allows them to place ads anywhere in their experience and begin to understand what performance those ads are going to have, so that they can decide, hey, if I place this ad in the home, how is it going to perform? Then I can move it around and actually start measuring with reporting the performance. They can select the ad format, they can select the placement, they get reporting, and in Q1 also we added automated payouts. So both in Q2 and Q1 we were building and establishing this market from a product standpoint, and we've been doing a lot of things on the business side that you're going to hear also a lot more from Christina. Now, we also grow by developing tools for our creators to build better content, more engaging content on the platform, and also by building technology that makes that content discoverable, so that everybody can find what people are creating. So let me start a little bit with the work that we have done on the creator side. We first made it easier for more creators to onboard. And the idea here is that if you're a player today on the platform and you have a login, how seamless do we make the transition from the player app to Studio so that you can use your credentials to start creating? We also gave them tutorials and content to get them started. In Q4 of this year, what you're seeing on the screen is a tool for collaboration that we call live scripting. You can see multiple members of a studio writing code together. This, of course, increases efficiency and studio collaboration. We also launched a Blender plugin. Blender is a tool that many developers in the community use, and we wanted to make it easier. We did this in Q3 to import and move content around so that you can bring your creations and you can use those workflows. And you're going to hear a lot more about AI from Dan, but I wanted to list a few things that we launched. In Q1, we launched our material generator and code assist, making it easier for creators to produce materials and to learn and improve their coding. And one that I'm very excited about, in Q4 of this year, using LLMs, we actually created an interface for developers to interact with our documentation. And it doesn't sound that exciting, but it actually is super exciting because what we created was a natural language interface, similar to what you see in other products out there, where I could go to Roblox and start typing my questions. How do I monetize my game? How do I improve this feature? I need to grow retention. And automatically from all our documentation, get summaries and answers that guide them. We're seeing a lot of adoption from this and take rate, and we believe it's going to help a lot of new developers coming to the platform. Now, we also empower our creators through analytics. We want to give creators the tools to understand their business, make decisions, run their live operations, and ultimately grow their engagement and monetization and retention in their experiences. And we do this by giving them dashboards that allows them to analyze and understand what's happening in their experience. This year, we released a number of dashboards to supplement what we already had. In Q2, we released a real-time stats and error reporting dashboard. That helps creators understand performance issues and correct them in their experiences. In Q3, we released an insights dashboard for experiences. Insights are like tidbits of information that tell you how your experience is performing relative to a benchmark of other experiences in your category. So you could know, hey, my experience is in the 50th percentile of retention for simulation games. And that will actually provide you links and tutorials and content that tell you how can you improve and make your experience better, just helping people parse this information and act on it. We also released in Q3 the audience breakdown. This allows every experience to check out their audience based on gender, age, country, so that they can tune their content creation strategies based on the audience they have. And last but not least, in Q4, we released the dashboard for avatar item creators. This is for the people who create UGC content, so they are able to track their creations, understand what's performing better, pricing, and all those things, and make real-time decisions as they're growing their business. All of this equip our developers with better tools to make decisions and run their business. A big area of high leverage that I've talked about in the past is our continuous improvements in search and discovery. As you know, our role with search and discovery, and when you have a user-generated content platform where you have a lot of content, you're trying to do your best to match users with content they will love. And as you do that, you're also trying to drive engagement, retention, and monetization on the platform. What you're seeing on the screen is something that we call the efficient frontier, probably a term that you're all familiar with. But in our case, the way we think about efficient frontier is an optimization function for recommendations that finds the optimal point along the curve of monetization and engagement, so that we can make the right trade-offs when we're recommending something. Sometimes something may monetize better and engage less, and vice versa. And we want to make decisions that are the right decisions long-term for the platform. So we've been investing in this function. What you can see in the screen, you see the efficient frontier in blue. The horizontal line at the top would be us making decisions in a very conservative fashion, where you're only willing to grow monetization as long as engagement is constant. But with the efficient frontier, we can actually divert a little bit and start exploring a lot wider surface where we can make recommendations where these trade-offs are optimal for the long-term view of the platform. And it has yielded amazing results for us in the business. For example, the other thing that we do with this function is increase the distribution of discovery. One of the things that is important for users and for creators is that more content can be discovered on the platform. We know that for users, when they engage with more than one experience, when they engage with multiple experiences, the retention on the platform increases. So discovering more experiences and engaging with more content is a positive variable for our business. For creators, if you're a new creator on the platform, you want to know that Roblox is a platform where people can discover your content, and you're excited to produce for this platform because you know that whatever you create may be discovered. And the numbers show pretty amazing things. We almost double at 85%, the number of experiences that are recommended on the platform. 38% of the top 1,000 experiences on the platform were created just like last year. That tells a great story for creators that if you can come to Roblox, you can actually succeed and hit it big and be part of those top 1,000. And while doing this, we have been increasing the playtime or the time spent from homepage by 23%. This is when people open the homepage and discover experiences and start engaging with them. We've been increasing their playtime as we improve these recommendations. With growth in distribution also comes growth in the business, which is really, really important for creators. More distribution lets more creators making money. And you can see these impressive stats. Our top 10 creators are making on average $27 million a year. That's a big, big number. That's a big business for a lot of people here. And it's very interesting because it has grown 1.5x since 2020. Our creator number 100 is making almost $1 million a year. And that's a 2.2x increase from 2020. And our creator number 1,000 is making $65,000 a year, which is an improvement of 4.5x over the last since 2020. So as I mentioned, with more distribution and more opportunities to monetize, the platform becomes way more interesting for people out there to create for us. Of course, this is just a small fraction of all of our 20 million developers building on Roblox, but it speaks volumes to what's possible on the platform. Now, there's no better way to illustrate these points than with a recent example. There's an experience on the platform called Blade Ball. It was built by two people who started working on it in January of this year. By June, they were able to put it in the market and launch it out there and see, hey, let's see what happens. The experience had great metrics, and our recommendation system started to pick it up. The blue line is impressions and recommendations that we started giving to Blade Ball because we knew that it had great retention, engagement, and monetization. The gray line in the bottom is a typical number of impressions that a top experience will get on our platform. You see that as we start learning from Blade Ball, we give it a lot of impressions, we start learning from it, and then the curve starts to settle because we have learned the playthrough, the engagement, and the monetization as you expand their audience. Now, the results have been phenomenal. Blade Ball is one of the fastest experiences to get to 1 billion plays. It did it in only 4 months. 1 billion plays is a monumental number, and it's not something that everybody achieves on the platform. It still is one of our top 3 experiences right now on the platform, and I think they have a very strong future. But Blade Ball is not alone. Since 2008, more than 93 experiences have achieved the 1 billion plays mark, and just in the last 2 years, 9 experiences have crossed that threshold. We believe that with all the work that we're doing, we're just accelerating the ability for these experiences to reach this massive audience. Now, let me shift a little bit to international. You've heard that we have achieved tremendous growth in these markets, and a lot of that has been the result of the work that we have done with feature releases. So not only we make recommendations, we tune them per market. So if you're a user in the UK, you will probably see different recommendations in your homepage that a user say in France or in India. But we started adding features like semantic search. Semantic search is basically something that makes search more useful, because instead of just searching for specific terms to find an exact match, you can start searching for topic, themes, things of interest for you, and see what actually shows up. The example that you see on the screen, and we did this globally, the example that you see on the screen is someone searching for cooking competitions in Japanese. They didn't search for a specific title. They just said, hey, are there games that are related to cooking competitions? And they got some very relevant results. We've been also making great improvements in machine learning translation so that these 2 developers that launched Blade Ball can actually deploy that experience globally without having to worry about that. But what you see here is something that we've been experimenting in Q4, which is real-time machine learned chat translation. So not only we're making it easy for people to create experiences globally, but we're making it easy for people across the world to be able to communicate with each other in different languages and interact in one single experience. This creates super powerful network effects as you continue to experience Roblox. And last but not least, in the growth side, we've been working with notifications to give creators channels of communication or ways to engage their users. In Q1 of this year, we launched what we call invite notifications. This basically allows a developer to place an object or a trigger in their experience to have someone invite friends to join them and then send a notification. An example of this is a boxing experience where the moment that you step in the boxing ring, it prompts you to say, do you want to invite a friend to join you and fight? And many people can become more creative about the ways they use them. And in Q4, we introduced what we call the real-time toast notification. The real-time toast notification allows a user to see real-time an invite inside an experience. So if my friend is in experience A and I'm in experience B and they invite me, I will see the toasting experience. I click on that and then immediately join them. And this is super important because we know that experiencing with your friends make the platform better. So speaking about friends and connections, you know that we're building a platform for connection and communication. And we released a number of features to support this part of our vision in 2023. Let's talk about friend invites. More than 19 million friend connections are formed on Roblox every day. That's a huge number. But one thing that we have learned from an analysis is that when people experience the platform with real-life friends, the retention is better. So in 2023, we made a lot of investments to make it easy for people to find real-life friends or connect with real-life friends on the platform. And you can see some of the features that we launched. In Q1, we launched the Contact Importer, making it easy for you to go to your address book, see which of your friends are already in Roblox, and the ones that are not, you could invite. We also launched in Q1 the ability to friend someone using a QR code. So if I'm sitting next to my friend and I want them to friend them, I give them my QR code, they take a picture, and now we become friends. In Q3, we began testing with real names, because it's easier to find a friend when you type their real name, not the user ID. You may not know it. So you can actually type the real name and get to them. And we started up ranking what we call people you may know recommendations. These are recommendations that make it easy for you to find people who have shared experiences with you, share contacts with you, share friends with you, so that you can actually connect with more friends. All of this work has led to an increase of people interacting with real-life friends on the platform, which will have significant long-term effects in terms of retention and engagement. Now, let me talk about communication. You know that we started working on real voice communication in experience. We believe that communicating with voice makes communication more natural, more seamless. In Q2 of this year, we began expanding to make it available to more and more users on the platform, 13 plus users on the platform. We also added facial expression. So both with lip syncing, with my voice, or with the camera, you could detect my facial movement and my animation as I speak and represent that with my avatar. That's super powerful because it makes communication more seamless, more natural as people engage. And we have a strong evidence that as users engage with voice on the platform, their core metrics improve, both their user metrics and also the business metrics. So we want to continue investing in voice and communication in 2024. All right, last section is about product excellence. As I mentioned, we invest in features and in projects that drive quality, performance, compliance to delight our users. One big area for us has been this notion of making Roblox better, more performant, higher quality in what we call mid and low range devices. As you can imagine, when you go global, the footprint of different devices is very wide. And you can find a lot of markets where the majority of users may be enjoying Roblox through what we would call a mid and low range device. So improving performance there, and also improving how we operate under different network conditions make the experience significantly better for users. And this is an area of continuous improvement for us. We'll probably never stop, because I don't think, maybe there are points of diminishing returns far in the future, but we believe that as you improve performance, you have a great opportunity to improve engagement. The other thing that is super important is provide a Roblox experience that feels very snappy, very fast. When you try Roblox Connect, you're going to feel it. When you answer your phone call and you get immediately teleported into experience and can have a conversation, you're going to feel that. If we can continue to improve join time, if we can continue to improve time to interaction in all of these devices, we believe that we will increase engagement. So this has become a big area of investment for us, and we keep improving these numbers. And last but not least, I want to talk about safety and civility. As you know, safety and civility is core and paramount to what we do on Roblox. It's part of our vision. So we continue to innovate in categories that make us more accurate and better at safety and civility to promote that on the platform. And while doing that, we're also becoming more efficient at scale. So this year, we continue to improve our automated content moderation. This makes it easy through machine learning models to detect if there's inappropriate content on the platform and automate those flows. We launched in Q4 something that we're calling descriptive safety reporting. So if you're on an experience and you're a user and you experience something bad, you can actually capture a picture of what happened, share that with some annotation. What that makes is the process a lot more efficient, because if you're a person on the moderation side and you receive that information, it's a lot easier for you to take action. So it makes our moderators more efficient, and it makes reporting more accurate. And last but not least, we launched something in Q4 called the Civility Prompt for Voice. What this does is using our machine learning models and artificial intelligence to detect if I'm having a voice conversation real time, if I say something that is violates our community guidelines. And what we do is we prompt the user with some messaging so that they know that they're doing something wrong. This is to inspire civility and actually make their behavior better. And a fun anecdote, Dave mentioned the Roblox office. We have a simulation of our office where we have meetings. I was having a one-on-one with Dave. We were talking very excitedly. It was a very, very fun conversation. And one of us, I'm not going to say who, got a lot of these civility prompts. It works. The feature really, really works. So this work not only improves our accuracy and the safety and civility on the platform, but it also makes us more efficient as we scale, improving our execution and improving our cost. So in no way this is a complete list of all the features we launched in 2023, but I wanted to give you a highlights and an overview of all the things that we have done to further the vision, to further the business, to further excellence for all of the stakeholders. And we'll continue to invest under this framework in 2024. I want to call Christina to the stage. She's going to share more about ads, but thank you very much.
Please put your hands together for VP Chief Partnerships Officer, Christina Wooten.
Hello, everyone. So today you've heard about our users, our growth, and our product. And I'm super excited to give you an update on our brands business and how we are going to scale and grow our advertising business. So for the last 5 years, we've been working with some of the top IP holders, brands, and talent in the world, and they are reaching this highly coveted demographic on our platform through immersive, authentic experiences, and they are influential. These are the brands that are bringing on the rest of the industry: Nike, NFL, Gucci, and so many more. And just in 2023, we've seen H&M, Amazon, Walmart, Elf Beauty, and amazing artists like Blackpink coming onto the platform. And we work very closely with them. We talk to them every single day, and something really special is happening. They are reaching audiences, building communities, and those audiences are turning into consumers and fans. So what are the brands coming onto the platform to do? They are coming on and they're creating virtual items to launch in our marketplace, like Forever 21, who launched a collection of accessories and clothing. And this gold beanie here is sold out, but now available on our secondhand market. They're integrating into top existing experiences, such as L'Oreal did for their fashion show in Paris. They're integrated into Livetopia, which is one of our top experiences. And they're creating deep, immersive experiences, such as NARS Sweet Rush for a limited time, or like Walmart discovered, creating persistent experiences that live on. And something that is happening in these persistent experiences is they're building communities. They're creating innovation labs where they can get feedback on virtual products, designs, and colors before they even decide to produce that in the physical world. And they are seeing amazing results. In the first 3 quarters of 2023, over 1.8 billion visits to branded experiences, and over 185 million hours spent in those experiences. And as they are moving to incorporate the virtual economy on Roblox more into their business goals, in the first 3 quarters, we saw over $30 million of revenue from branded virtual items and ad spend. Now let's dive deeper into why brands are coming on to Roblox. Gen Z. Dave touched on this a bit. But Gen Z, they're digital natives. They grew up online, and they move seamlessly from the digital to physical worlds. And they make up 40% of global consumers and command $360 billion of spend. They not only have spending power, they have influence. Gen Z influences everyone around them, from the older generations to the younger. And brands understand if they do not engage with Gen Z, they will not stay relevant. Gen Z has the power to make or break brands. And Gen Z on Roblox, they are the most engaged demo on our platform, with 34 million Gen Z daily active users, and they're spending on average 2.5 hours per day on our platform. So Roblox is the leading platform for all Gen Z in terms of time spent per daily active user. And brands are seeing huge success. Gen Z is spending on average 11 minutes when in a brand experience. Let that sink in. For a brand to be able to reach Gen Z, which is a highly coveted consumer demographic, for 11 minutes is unheard of. Typically, they spend seconds with them on other platforms, and this is why brands are continuing to be excited and invest on Roblox. Okay, so let's talk about how we're going to take our brand's business to the next level. We are thinking about our brand's business with 3 main strategies. 1, making our existing products even better. 2, lowering the barrier to entry for advertisers with new formats like video ads. And 3, like Dave alluded earlier, we're going to start testing real-world commerce. And foundationally, we will increase alignment with the advertising industry for all of our products. Okay, so let's dive deep into improving our existing products, which are portals and sponsored experiences. So when you think about portals, when you come onto Roblox, typically you look to see where your friends are, you teleport to them, and when you're in experiences, you teleport to other experiences as well through our new innovative ad product called Portals. And we launched this in 2023. Brands are seeing massive success with these and great traction. 34% of eligible brand activations are now using portals to drive people from one experience to theirs. And some of the advertisers utilizing these innovative products today are Walmart, Paramount, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Dick's Sporting Goods, NASCAR, and so many more. So brands are looking for discoverability. They're looking to drive new net users to their experiences. And through portals, they're seeing 90% net new users into their experiences. So portals are working. But that doesn't mean we're stopping there. Just like everything else that we do at Roblox, we constantly iterate and innovate. And we're getting feedback from the market and from brands, and that's informing our roadmap. So in 2024, we're going to make portals even better. Today, the portals have a static image above them. And from feedback from the brands, they really would love more creative control. They would love to engage the users before they actually go into the experience. So videos are going to allow that to happen, and it'll be leading to more intrinsic value for advertisers. So let's take a look at what video portals are going to look like.
I don't love your odds, but may they be ever in your favor.
The Hunger Games, rated PG-13. It's the things we love.
Pretty awesome. So we just took you through our ad products that are within experiences. We want to take you now through surfaces that are outside of our experiences that get hundreds of millions of impressions per day. So typically, people come to the homepage or discover page on our platform, and we're going to allow brands to actually bid on these experiences, these premium placements through the ads manager. And we're going to make these even better. So we're making it more prominent placement on these pages, and we're seeing exciting results so far. So through tests, 2x conversions from this premium placement positioning. We are also doing the work to make targeting better. So today, brands can target through gender, geo, age, and device. But we know that advertisers want more precision over who sees their ads to drive ad effectiveness. And that's exactly why we're enabling genre-based targeting for all of our ad units going forward, starting in first half 2024. So if brands want to target their ads based on genre, this allows them to reach specific genres like action, role play, sports, and fashion. Okay, so let's move into the second pillar of our go-forward strategy, which are video ads. Now, brands have been asking us for video ads for many years, and we're excited that they're coming in 2024. These are going to make it easier for brands and advertisers to come onto Roblox and for us to scale our advertising business. Portals and sponsor experiences are for brands who have an existing experience already on Roblox. Video ads can be for anyone with or without an experience. Let's take a look at video ads.
I don't love your odds, but may they be ever in your favor.
The Hunger Games, rated PG-13.
So we're excited to announce that we are currently testing video ads right now with premium partners. And we're testing these in two ways. One is standard video, and two is rewarded video. So rewarded would be an example of you're watching this amazing Top Gun video, you watch it fully, and then now I'm rewarded with a bomber jacket that I could wear on my avatar. We're optimistic that this will be a win-win-win for brands, developers, and our business. As we think about what's ahead for video ads, we will be officially rolling out video ads in first half of 2024. And our goal for the next 6 months is to really build the foundation for an ad product that we can scale. Later in this year, we're going to be doing also market education. So really utilizing our team internally, but also our partner program to really educate the market at scale about our new ad products. And later this year, we're going to be building towards greater demand while also doing the work to get to parity. We are talking with several parties to help us drive demand in the market while also getting the product work done that are table stakes, like third-party verification, as well as enabling measurement to help brands effectively measure ROI. And we feel really good about this roadmap here, and we're excited to see the influx of brands from all different categories come to Roblox for video ads. OK, so we've talked about our virtual economy, and we've talked about advertising. Now let's talk about real-world commerce and how we're going to be starting to test this to enable virtual to physical conversions for brands. This is something I'm very excited about. We're going to unveil our strategy for a full funnel solution for brands that we are working towards testing in 2024. And we have what no other platform has. We have 70 million people coming every single day that they have a digital identity that represents themselves, and that we know that that digital identity influences their physical selves. And real-world commerce through web linking will be enabling brands to guide users from engagement straight to their websites. So let's talk a little bit more about why we think commerce will be so massive on Roblox. When we think about commerce, it's really thinking about how we can go from driving discovery to driving purchase of products on our platform. And we are uniquely positioned for brands to be in front of consumers at every step of the way. We have a scaled audience of 1.8 billion visits to brand experiences year to date. And guess what? They have intent to shop. Shopping has been part of the platform behavior for over a decade. Users are searching, they're trying on, they're purchasing, and wearing virtual items from creators and their favorite brands already. And in just this year alone, users purchased 1.6 billion virtual items. And this is a massive opportunity for brands because it's clear that the virtual influences the physical. And the vast majority of Gen Z say that once they try on a brand's item on their avatar, they are likely to purchase. And I can attest to that. It's not just Gen Z, but my avatar is wearing a Gucci headpiece and a Gucci bag and a Carolina Herrera dress from Karlie Kloss. And I would say that I am definitely wanting to go get that headpiece and the bag and the dress in the physical world. So this is already happening today. And navigating between the digital and physical world comes naturally to Gen Z. 3 in 4 Gen Z say that wearing digital fashions from a recognized brand is important to them. And brands like Forever 21, Fenty, Carolina Herrera, Karlie Kloss, they're already leaning in. Forever 21 launched a collection of items, and they really used that data from the users to see what they should produce in the physical world. And this black beanie by far was the most popular item, and so they produced that for the physical world, and it sold out pretty quickly, and they're very excited about that. Rihanna's Fenty Beauty, they launched an experience where users could create and vote on their favorite lip product, and that's going to be available in 2024 in physical stores. Same with Carolina Herrera and Karlie Kloss and Fashion Klossette. They had users vote on their favorite floral print edition of the Good Girl Blush perfume that is now available. We expect this relationship between the virtual and the physical to continue to grow, especially as we start testing real-world commerce. Okay, so let's finally talk about how we're going to execute on our brand strategy. So to scale our brand's business, we know we need to get to parity with other large platforms, and this will set the foundation for scalable revenue for Roblox. Currently, we have a small team that's verticalized and has deep expertise into verticals like fashion, beauty, music, sports, and entertainment. And we have brought on Stephanie Latham, our new VP of Global Partnerships, who spent 12 years at Meta growing that advertising business in North America from the ground up. So we are being very strategic on how we grow our team internally and bring on strategic leaders who have video expertise and know how to speak to video buyers, who have expertise in the verticals that are emerging, like CPG, auto, travel, and more. And we're also expanding our measurement and attribution capabilities, both on first-party and third-party fronts, such as brand lift measurement and third-party verification. Lastly, we are going to be continuing to grow our ecosystem of partners to include more agencies, resellers, and third-party demand aggregators. And many of you might remember that in June, we announced our partner program at Cannes, where we have this community already who's working with brands directly without even our involvement. So developer studios who actually produce the experiences for brands, and now they're educating them on how do you not only launch the experience, but how do you market it? How do you use advertising tools to create discoverability? We are working with agencies as well, who we educate, and then that scaled education, they go out, speak to clients all over the world. So we are going to be expanding this as well. And delivering full funnel solutions. So right now, we are still in that experimental budget in 2023. But as we move into 2024, we're moving down this funnel into the brand awareness budget as we bring more brands onto the platform and have solutions that scale for them to easily come on to Roblox, such as video ads. And as we think about testing and getting to real-world commerce, this is where it's going to really bring us down to the full funnel of direct response. And that's how we're going to accelerate and scale our advertising business. OK, so today I walked you through the brand's business and the great progress we've made today. Hopefully, you have a better understanding of our opportunity ahead, because it's massive. Top brands are already leaned in, and they will have many more ways to tap into the opportunity and reach their audiences on the platform, building an end-to-end solution across funnel for our partners. We believe we are uniquely positioned in the market with our brand's business, as it encompasses the virtual economy, advertising, and soon commerce, all fueling one another. And we are just getting started. Thank you.
Please put your hands together for Chief Technology Officer Dan Sturman.
Awesome job.